A Ghost Story is my favourite film, period. It makes me cry and sob, and God, it feels so fucking good. I'm very thankful for this film and other films like it, because the only way I am able to feel and experience human emotions these days is through a purchasable transaction. Thank you for the sadness. For context, A Ghost Story is a film where Casey Affleck dies in a car crash on this very empty streets right outside of his house. Just adds even more tragedy to the situation. Oh God, what were the chances, Casey? He then wakes up as a ghost and finds his way back to his house, and remains there for hundreds and possibly thousands of years, watching and waiting passively until he eventually finds peace and connection and de-blankets himself into the afterlife. This film is just so lovely. It's like a feature-length poem. It's this tiny, beautiful story that tackles such massive and existential themes like loss and legacy and the terrifying enormity of time, just like Batman and Robin. That film certainly made me aware of the enormity of time. I'm joking, that film is a lot of fun. But why is it 2 hours long, Schumacher? My aim here is to show you why I love this film so much, and hopefully convince you to check it out if you haven't already. Coincidentally, this video is sponsored by A20. So this film is all about loss and legacy and memories, and you know I'm right, because the poster literally says this. Maybe this was for the 5 groups of people that left the cinema when I first saw this because they thought the film was going to be a Blumhouse horror. I kind of wish all films did this on their posters, to be honest. The Lighthouse. It's about the relentless, unending pain of capitalism, you idiot. However, A Ghost Story manages to dilute a lot of the horror surrounding mortality and the unrelenting passage of time that it creates by showing you how you can still make connections and experience love by leaving a little bit of yourself behind after you're gone, which makes it ultimately feel very uplifting and life-affirming, just like Batman and Robin. And I personally feel that the scene that best illustrates this and perfectly communicates the film's entire thesis occurs at exactly 40 minutes into the runtime, and there's like no dialogue at all. Hey, maybe all films should be mute. First, please sir, allow me to give some very quick context. A Ghost Story lays its thematic premise out thick. The cinematography makes the whole thing feel very personal and tangible, like a photograph peering back at someone's life and memories. The whole house has history, both before and after the character's time living there. Casey Affleck says the reason he likes and enjoys the house so much is because of the shared history they have created together.
What is it you like about this house so much? Seriously.
History?
What does that mean?
Hi, we've got history.
In the opening, Rooney Mara's character talks about leaving notes behind as a child, sprinkling her own personal history and memories throughout the places she used to live, just like Voldemort. Rumour has it, if you find all of these notes and tear them into half, Rooney Mara will explode into a million little wafer particles. And I think the most literal example of this idea is the art Casey Affleck's character leaves behind after he dies. His music, which honestly I'm surprised isn't mumblecore rap, because my god, does this man fucking mumble throughout this movie.
You probably find a better one.
What? Your husband is gone, you feel lost and alone. The house is dark, empty. You eat pie non-stop for 2 hours and then vomit it all up. The visuals are split between what I like to tastelessly call pre and post dead hubby. There's a clear difference not just in the colour and warmth, but the character is also visually distant in the frame. But then you play your partner's music and you feel a faint connection. It doesn't immediately hit you, the music still feels cold and tinny, but there is something. The song builds, becoming louder, clearer. The tinny sound starts to fade, and you feel that connection once again. As the crescendo hits, you are closer to them, reaching out and, for the first and only time in the film, almost touching the ghost of your partner, almost making contact with him. And then the music is gone, and so is he. So is that connection. I wonder, will my partner watch my YouTube videos if I die before her? Oh god, I hope not. But also, I doubt it because she doesn't watch them now. This seems to give you the peace and strength you need to finally move on and process your grief, leaving behind a little bit of yourself before you do. I don't know how much of the film is intentionally pushing what I'm about to discuss, but I think this scene highlights how the two characters are very different. We see previously that Casey Affleck's character is resistant to change. Rooney Mara's character seemingly wants to move house, which is often a part of evolving and changing. This is established at the start of the film as something the character is used to doing. Casey Affleck, however, doesn't seem to want to. He's attached to the memories created here. Even in the hospital after his death, he seems to be given a choice of moving on in its grandest sense, but he remains still, and that door of opportunity closes. So he returns to the house. This seems to cause a rift in their relationship. One wants to move forward and the other doesn't. She feels stagnant.
We're supposed to make decisions together. Don't you understand that?
Yes.
So why am I the only one making them? Because you want to stay here? Why?
You're not making any new memories, you're just reliving old ones.
Hi, we've got history.
Not as much as you think.
And if you're not moving on, if you're not creating new memories and experiences, you can start to forget what you're even holding on to them for in the first place. Rooney Mara's character leaves her mark, a final note, and drives away. And I think after seeing this, and then hanging around for a couple hundred years, he decides to do the same. He waits for the whole of history to repeat itself so he can read the note she left, and connect with his love for one last time. And that's kind of fucking heartbreaking, but also just, what's another adjective for beautiful? Nice? Yeah, sure, it's night. I'm a moron. A ghost story shows how you can forge a way of remaining on this planet even after you're gone. Hidden memories tucked away in those painted cracks are memories that last forever. Buildings, houses, material things, they all fade as we see, but it's the small, finite things that survive the longest. Do you hear this? This girl is humming his song, right? I 100% believe that she is. That would really help support this little conclusion that I'm putting together. Yes, the future can be scary. The idea of one day not being here is scary, but it's all about making a connection, I think. But if you're not careful, if you're too nostalgic for the past, you might miss your opportunity to create more of these moments and connections. Because you're dead. This will be you one day. Look at it. Alright, I think that's all I have to say for this video. As I said, A Ghost Story is my favourite film, and I struggled to narrow this video down to just one conversation. There are a million different things to talk about here, and if there's something you love about the movie that I didn't touch upon, please comment and let me know. Did you like this man? Did you enjoy the way he really explained in detail what the whole film was about? I did not. I could have done without that, but oh well. I'm always up for seeing different takes and opinions on this film, so type your little thoughts down into that empty void of a comment box. Thanks for watching.